Hi folks, this is Coach Rich. Welcome to your trial. I'm here to introduce you to Endurance Nation. What I'll be talking about today is the coaches, Patrick and I, the history of our team, what is team coaching, our objectives for you during your trial, and our terms of service during your trial, and how everything works if you decide to stay on board with us after your trial. I started coaching full-time in 2001. By full-time, meaning I don't have a second job. This is all I've done since 2001. By about 2007, I had coached over 400 individual Ironman finishers. I'm a 9-time Ironman finisher, 10:02 PR, and inside on the team, I'm the season planning, cycling, and swimming guy. I'm West Coast, Marine Corps, 2 dogs, motorcycles, and adventure sports. Patrick is on the East Coast. He started coaching full-time back in 2004. He had coached about 300 Ironman athletes by about 2007. He's an 18-time Ironman finisher with a PR of 9:27 at Ironman Texas 2012, in which he won his age group. He's the running guy, former Peace Corps, 2 girls. He's the time management guru, and you'll find that we have a good good cop, bad cop routine, and I'll let you guess who plays each one of those roles. You'll find out soon enough. History of Endurance Nation. So Patrick and I started collaborating on some camps back in 2006. In 2007, we met at Ironman Coeur d'Alene to talk about taking our business stuff up to the next level. And specifically, we wanted to figure out how to leverage our training plans, written content, audio content, video content, forums, and experience. How do we leverage that to create athletes as a team, vice a small squad? Okay. So in October, of 2007, we were joined by 80 athletes. We currently have between 700 and 800 athletes as of February or March of 2013. And we coach them via a team coaching model, which I'll talk about next. We are on a waiting list. We only let people join at certain times, or folks who have purchased a training plan from us or have been given a thumbs up by a current member. What is team coaching? Let me first talk about coaching as you know it. And typically, coaching is done via either a one-on-one coaching model or training plans. In the one-on-one coaching model, you can expect to pay between $150 to $400 a month. As price goes up, services increase. Okay, that coach is going to plan out your season. He's going to make a customized training plan for you, and by customized meaning Monday is Monday because Monday works for you, and Tuesday is Tuesday because Tuesday works for you, all the way through Sunday. Okay, that coach is going to give you a support via feedback on your workouts, making themselves out there to answer any questions that you have, either by phone calls or electronic means, email, text, etc. And lastly, this one-on-one coach will hopefully educate you on a broad range of triathlon training and racing topics. Bike fit, swimming, what to eat, what to drink, what to wear, all the topics that are included in how to race 3 sports. With a training plan is basically a coach saying, if I were to take an athlete with this fitness level and I had to train them over 20 weeks towards an Ironman, and I was able to talk them into doing their workouts on their week according to how I would like them done, this is a template, and I then extend that across all 20 weeks. What's key though is there's huge variations of quality, detail, price point, and supporting documentations in the training plans that are out there on the market now. And finally, training plans typically come with very little ongoing support. It's the electronic version of going to a bookstore, buying a book, taking that book home, and training from it, but not being able to contact the author of that book. Okay. So we drill that down into team coaching, and there's four components. Okay. First is a season plan, which is what I'm going to do for you as step one in your trial. You're going to take a survey, which is telling me a little bit about you, what your race calendar looks like, and then I plan out your season as an outline of my recommendation of how I want you to move from Endurance Nation training plan to Endurance Nation training plan, given your race calendar. The next component are training plans. So you've got your season plan, which says on date X, I want you to load up a training plan Y. You load up that training plan. That training plan is, well, okay, back up. The traditional coaching model says that you are a very unique individual, and because of that, you need your double top secret customized, Timmy training plan, which is different from Bobby's training plan, which is different from Mary's training plan. Rich and Patrick, as two guys who, before we started Endurance Nation, we had coached over 700 individual Ironman athletes. We can tell you that most age groupers have similar constraints. Most people work Monday through Friday. They can train X days on, or X hours on weekdays, Y hours on weekends. And so the net is our Endurance Nation training plans work for 95% of the people, 95% of the time, and we've been improving them incrementally 1 to 2 times per year since about 2005. Okay, these are very, very good training plans. So while this training plan is not customized to you, our experience says that it is a very, very good training plan, which will work 95% of the time for you. And then the balance of this team coaching method is helping you manage that last bit, which might not fit for you. Okay. When you join, you'll have open access to over 30 training plans as short course, full, and half Ironman, out season, bike and run focused, or get faster training plan, and we're also adding run only training plans. Support. In a traditional one-on-one coaching model, maybe you are emailing your coach, or you're filling out a spreadsheet, or you are logging your workouts in Training Peaks, for example. Communication is done via emails or very expensive phone calls, but most importantly, because that support is delivered one-on-one, the quality of the support that you get is limited by the experience of that coach and the depth of knowledge of that coach. Okay. With us, Endurance Nation, rather than you paying a lot of money to email us or call us, you simply bring any question, comment, or feedback that you have into very specific forum threads, and you will talk directly to Rich or to Patrick, but that happens in very specific threads, which later on in your trial introduction, I'll introduce you to those forum threads. Or you can ask the team any question that you have. The net is the delivery method of how we give you feedback enables us to coach many more people at a much lower price, and most importantly, it happens in a format and in a forum where everyone can read it and learn from it. Okay, but most importantly, going back to this one-on-one piece here, no matter how good a triathlon coach is, the feedback that they give you is going to be limited by the experience of that coach and the knowledge of that coach. one of the very unexpected developments of Endurance Nation. Back when we started it back in 2007, Patrick and I knew we knew that we could coach people, and we knew that we could teach people. What we didn't have an appreciation for was how smart our athletes were and what a great job they would do of teaching each other. And the net is that the depth of experience and the quality of the feedback and the richness of the feedback and the interaction that happens peer-to-peer inside our team is much more valuable, we feel, than what you'll get with a one-on-one coach. In fact, it's so effective that Patrick and I fired ourselves as one-on-one coaches right after we started our team back in '07, because we saw that for a much lower price point, our athletes were getting much better service when we could connect them to each other rather than limit their communication to just Patrick and I. Finally, education. I kind of covered this in this last slide, but we have tons and tons of content. We are when you're a one-on-one coach, the amount of teaching that you give to your athletes is a function of your comfort with creating content, your knowledge base, and frankly, your financial incentive to do so. If you're coaching a half dozen people at $150 a piece, you don't really have much incentive to do beyond what is required of you, specifically writing training plans, giving feedback when it's asked, etc. You don't have much incentive to write for a blog and create podcasts and videos and things like that. Because we coach such a large team, we're constantly being asked and challenged by our athletes to explain a concept, to talk about training. Our athletes bring a range of questions and comments for us, and we have to answer them by creating more and more content. We are constantly challenged by our team to get better at what we do and improve our product. But more importantly, as much as I know and as much as Patrick knows, we don't know everything. Across 800 folks on our team, we have some very, very, very smart people who are smart on a range of topics that no single coach could ever touch. I'm talking bike fit, bike setup, running form, shoes, wetsuits, everything you could possibly imagine. We as a team have it covered. The net is that the sum total of this team coaching method, we feel it's a better product than a traditional one-on-one coaching. It's certainly better than a generic training plans, and you just can't beat the product that we offer at a fraction at our price point. Okay, and the net is we started with 80 athletes in 2007. We went on a waiting list in about 2009, and we're currently at just under 800 members here in March of 2013. Okay, next slide. I keep screwing this up. I apologize. So the purpose of your trial then is to take Endurance Nation for a test drive and decide if we are a good fit for you. So you're testing out Rich and Patrick. Do I like these guys? Do I like their teaching style? You are trying out this team coaching method, and specifically the method that we deliver service. If you're used to communicating to your one-on-one coach via email and phone calls, it might be too much of a switch for you to ask us questions in a forum or not get a phone call. Okay, we want you to check out all of our content, and finally, we want you to interact with our team and decide if they seem like a group of people that you want to hang out with and learn from. Quite simply. uh, some common sticking points between. So what this all comes down to is when we say we are coaches and that we do coaching, you attach your definition of coach and coaching to what we do, when in fact what we want you to think about is team coaching. Okay, so when I say training plan, you ask if it's customized for you. I say no, but please go back to our tool, which is over a suite of over 30 training plans, each of which has been improved between 6 to 10 times over 6 to 7 years. That work for most people, for 95% of the people, 95% of the time. And then team coaching is then about managing what doesn't work for you. Okay. When I say support from the coaches, you might be thinking emails and phone calls, but how we do it is via forum threads, podcasts, videos, and you interacting with us in a forum environment, but most importantly, interacting with our athletes, your peers. Okay? Support from our team happens in a forum. You might be thinking, when you think of forum, you think of other triathlon forums out there where Angry Timmy is talking to Triathlon Mary, who's talking to Crazy Legs 9000, and you don't know who these people are, and there's lots of conflicting advice, etc. What you have to understand about Endurance Nation and about our forums is, on the front end of joining our team, we've created several filters. There's the filter of all of our content on the outside. So if you think I'm whack, you have all this content, to sort yourself out with. You create a trial. You now have 7 days to figure out if you are a good fit. At the end of that 7 days, you're going to have to pay us money. I'm sorry, folks, you're going to have to pay us. And then we are strictly on a first and last name basis with our team, which means there is no, you're at a cocktail party. Rich and Patrick have done lots of screening before people get inside. Everyone's paid a cover at the door, and they have a name tag on that identifies them as first name, last name. The net is, all of our conversations are very, very high quality, on point, very courteous and respectful, just how you would expect adults to talk to each other face to face. Monitor training logs. We don't have a training log functionality. We are coaches. We focus on writing training plans, delivering those training plans to you in a platform on which we can park content to support that training plan. Patrick and I had decided to not get into the training log business, because as soon as we do that, now you're asking to be able to map your swim workouts on your Garmin 9000 when you're in Australia. We just don't want to play that game. So we don't monitor training logs, but you can bring us any comment, any question, any issue, anything you want. You bring it to us in our forums, and we will give you our feedback and our input. And finally, when you're comparing what you're getting with Endurance Nation versus a training plan or a one-on-one coach, be mindful of the price that we're charging. Okay, it's very easy to, again, it all comes down to, you've been working with a coach, and that coach has been your coach, and he's been charging you money, and so you want to check out Endurance Nation. These guys are coaches also, and you're attaching your definition of what coaching is and how it should work. You're attaching that to how we do our business. But I'm very certain that you won't find anyone in the triathlon space who has built what we've built, who is doing everything that we're doing for the price that we are charging. Okay? Terms of service. During your trial is it's a free period during which you're taking us out for a test drive. You may or may not have a restricted access to some areas of the site, but at the end of your trial, you will be billed. Okay? We're going to send you 3 or 4 emails during your trial reminding you of the terms of service, of your billing rate, when you're going to be billed. Please cancel, please cancel, please cancel. Which brings me to my next, well, not next, but so when you join as a member, you have a complete and open access to all of our training plans housed on a platform that we have built. Okay? As a member, you do not need to purchase our training plans. They are included in your fee. So with that comes access to hundreds of supporting content items, 24/7 support from Patrick and I, a very unique race weekend experience, meaning we put between 30 to 60 athletes at every Ironman in the U.S. We have similar numbers at several half Ironmans across the U.S. And we do a lot of work to organize a very unique race weekend experience for our members because the scale of the team allows us to do that. Okay, and finally, the scale of the team allows us to create relationships with sponsors, get our folks discounts, offer training camps all around the country, and much, much more. Cancellation policy. Endurance Nation was founded in 2007 with 80 athletes. We now have between 700 and 800 athletes. Probably a third to half of these folks have been on board with us for over 2 years. Some folks for 3, 4, and 5 years. I've seen these people at multiple races. I've met their families. I've met their wife, their kids, their dogs. We send each other Christmas cards. I've had beers with these people. We have a very, very high quality community. We are a team. We are friends. We are training partners. The last thing we want in that space is someone who doesn't want to be there. Okay, so we make it very, very easy for you to cancel at any time, no questions asked. If you don't cancel during your trial and we bill you, email us. I will give you your money back. If you change your mind inside your first 30 days, we will refund your money. No minimum commitment. Cancel it at any time. If you don't want to be on my team, please, please, please cancel. We only want people on our team who want to be here. And again, that's because we and our team have created a very, very high quality space. And that's it. Geez, only 23 minutes. I was hoping to get this done in 15. Sorry. So really, my last point for you is don't listen to me. Don't listen to Patrick. If you have questions about Endurance Nation, ask our team. Okay, they are our athletes are our athletes, our members, and our customers, but they are your peers, and so their feedback on the quality of the coaching and the value that they get and results that they've achieved with us, their feedback is much more powerful and impactful and meaningful for you than anything Rich and Patrick could say. So the sooner that you start asking questions and asking our athletes for their feedback, the sooner you'll get a very good feel about what Endurance Nation is and if we are a good fit for you, your coaching, training, and racing needs. Okay? Thanks, folks. Welcome aboard, and I'll see you in the forums. Bye.